सेन क्रदितं पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्ततामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणी. Swamiji, Namaskaram for Guru Purnima.
Ignorance is the cause of samsara. Purusha, Prakriti show.
In terms of your claiming the reality and even conducting yourself relatively well in the world. Both ways it helps. One is relative, another in claiming the reality, and that leads to that Atma Santushti, the contentment, the freedom, everything lies in that space between you and the mind. Otherwise, generally people try to blame the mind because they identify with the mind. Identification is the issue, not the mind or anything. Everything, it's all like that only. The whole thing is continuously changing. It can be positive, it can be negative. Even for a person who knows, thoughts will keep coming. How much you are able to do that? Just allow it to move. Let's sail along, like in the movie. And just pick up whatever is relevant to the situation, appropriate, and act on it. Rest of the thing, don't try to control the mind. That is the difference between Patanjali Yoga and Vedanta Yoga. Most different part of it, they are trying to control the mind, which will not really help. Whereas we are trying to manage in the sense, you keep the mind away, because that is the reality, and observe it. As you observe it, the bad thoughts will not go and entertain. Once you know it's a bad thought you are feeling, you are not going to entertain it. But if you are not identifying, you will get pushed into action. That is how Kama, Krodha, Moha, Lobha, Mada, Matsara, the whole thing, the whole chain of getting us into the pit happens. To avoid that only, that as it occurs, you are able to observe the thoughts, you will not pursue. You know very well what is, a person who is having a dharmic living will know very well what I am supposed to pursue, what I am not supposed to pursue. That way it will happen. You will get used to that idea of how to live objectively. So that we should not get perturbed by the mind. That is the key. Yeah.
Purusha Prakriti Stohi Pumpungte Prakriti Jan Gunan Karanam Guna Sangosya Sadasat Yoni Jan Masu. He, because Purushaha Prakritistaha. The Purusha, enjoyer, Jiva,
Here is given the what you call, why it is called Jiva. In the context of this verse, why Purusha is called, because Purusha generally means what you call Atma. Whereas here it is referred to as Jiva. Why? Shankara has explained. You can read it.
Here the word Purusha refers to the Jiva, as Shankara says. The Purusha, the enjoyer, obtains in the Prakriti, which is of the nature of ignorance, and takes himself to the modification of the Prakriti.
Yeah, totally gets identified. That is what I am trying to say. The sense you get identified, you are surrendering your your being to the Prakriti. Prakriti is changing, whereas your being is changeless. You are surrendering, you are changeless. Not only the changeless, it is the one which gives change to the Prakriti. Otherwise, Prakriti is Jada. Prakriti gets life only because of you giving it life. So, whether that you give it life is one thing. Plus, you get identified totally, and so whatever yo-yo, whatever it goes up, you go up. It goes down, you also go down. So that is both way. One is if Prakriti gets blessed and you get downgraded. Both ways it happens. That is what we are supposed to say. Purushaha bhoktuhu prakritistaha. Sanskrit, what he has said is bhoktaha. Bhoktaha meaning you become the enjoyer of good and bad, sukham and dukkam, by identifying yourself with the Prakriti. And Prakrtau avidya lakshanayam. He says it is the nature of ignorance.
Prakriti
meaning, what it means is, it is really, in terms of reality, it doesn't have any reality. It is given reality because of the Nama Rupa and we see functionality, and we say that it is going through up and down and all that. So it gives some reality. Whereas, why it is called avidya? Because it doesn't have reality and you take it as real. So it is called avidya. So prakrtau avidya lakshanayam karya karana rupena parinatayam meaning changing. Karya karana rupena meaning continue. Karya karana rupena, there is a karanam, there is a cause and effect, cause and effect, cause and effect. It will keep changing. So prakrut parinatayam sthitaha, in the sense it is always there like that only. So prakristitsaha, that prakritim atma bhavena, you surrender your atma bhava, gataha atma bhavena, gataha meaning it runs because of your stream. This is in your stream it runs. Prakriti is given some reality only because of your atma bhava. Ityeta. That's what Shankara Bhashya was told. That's what he has explained. Okay. Yeah.
Obtains in Prakriti. The Purusha obtains in Prakriti. Prakritijan Gunan. Prakritijan Gunan. The attributes born of Prakriti. Bhungte, he enjoys. Asya Gunasangaha, his attachment to the attributes. Sat, Asad, Yoni, Janmasu, for births in higher and lower wombs. Karanam, is the cause. Because Purusha obtains.
So Purusha here means the Atma only. Purusha means the Atma only.
Yeah, Atma. Generally, Purusha, what do you call the grammatic meaning is only Atma. In different, even Atma, sometimes Atma also is referred to as Jiva. This is in the context. The context, when you take it as Jiva, you take it as, you call it Atma. In the sense, even in general terms, we say, no, I am so and so, means what?
Yeah.
So and so is I, okay. But I am so and so is not. Generally, take it as I, the only reality of I is your name, fame, and all that. So, even though we call it Atma, it is not real Atma, it is only borrowed existence. That's what is.
So, it is like you had said in the talk, no, I am not well, my mind is disturbed. The same thing.
Exactly. Yeah, always. The sense, objectively, when we are discussing, we will know, my mind is not well. But if you are not guarded, we will say, I am not well. And not only you are saying that I am not well, you pursue that. You get depressed, all that comes where? How? Your mind, something is, you have to deal with it. Once you identify who gets depressed, mind does not get depressed. You get depressed. Mind is achetana. It's just an instrument. But you get depressed because you identify yourself with the mind. Otherwise, mind's problems can be sorted out by just observing the mind. It will automatically subside. That's what we do in meditation. By observing the mind, it remains. Even they say, even clinically also, if mind is a major problem for even body problems. Because it's all triggering some chemical activity in the mind, the neurons, and if you are able to put it to rest by observing the mind by Atma Balat, then automatically the neurons and everything will calm down, subside. It is a lot of. That is why immediately, whenever there is a headache, immediately you should not take a pill. That is all bad. In the sense, so many ways where mind and body are connected. If you are able to have a good handle on the mind, the body also will behave. That's what it says. Okay, yeah.
Because Purusha obtains in Prakriti, he enjoys the attributes born of Prakriti. His attachment to the attributes is the cause for births in higher and lower wombs. The Purusha, the Kshetrajna, obtains.
Kshetrajna is, we have discussed this before. Kshetrajna is Atma.
The Purusha, the Kshetrajna obtains in the Prakriti, which has undergone change to become the physical body, the sense organs, and mind, and indeed the world. Just because he obtains in the Prakriti, he does not become a samsari. For that, one must take the Prakriti as the Swarupa of Atma, even though he is Asanga and not really involved with anything, because of ignorance, he identifies with the body, mind, sense complex and takes himself as a Bhokta and Karta. Then, because Prakriti has become the Atma for him, he enjoys Bhungte, the various conditions of the mind, like Sukha Dukkha, that are born of Prakriti. He does not experience them as this happiness or this pain, but as I am happy, I am in pain. But because of an association due to avidya alone, he takes the Sukha Dukkha experiences as himself. There are further delusions. Sankara says, like, I am deluded, I am a scholar. The basic cause for these delusions is avidya, but what is the immediate cause for assuming a particular incarnation? Why does this physical body have certain problems and not others? Why this person parentage and not another? There must be some particular cause aside from general cause of avidya. There should be another level of cause effect, and that level is what is called karma. The unique set of causes because of which a particular body is born is called yoni. Some, like the gods, are born of pure punya, sadyoni. Others, like the animals, are pure papa, asadyoni. A human being is born of a mixture of punya and papa, and thus is sad as sad asad yoni. Because of punya, a human being enjoys the faculty of choice. This is general. Then there are other particular endowments and comforts that are accounted for by an individual's punya. The cause for these is his association with the gunas.
See, this particular part of it, that is, basic cause is avidya, and thereafter what happens, what all he has explained, is purely Shishti Prakriya. Prakriya meaning there is a cause and effect given a name in the Shastra, Punya, Papa, Karma, Satyoni, Asatyoni, and all that. It's all the Prakriya. The sense, the idea is that used to, from where we are, and I was telling last time, it's the Tatastha Lakshana. From where we are, the Shastra is trying to handhold us to the reality. So, in order to handhold us, it has to validate what you are now. Why you are born in such a way, why you are having some problems and all that, it has to be validated. For that, the matrix of Punya, Papa, Karma, Satyoni, Asatyoni, all those things are brought in. It's only a prakriya. We really don't know exactly how is it happening. But this model explains and it validates us. So, and also helps us how to get out of this. It says, okay, if you have Papa Karma, you neutralize them doing Punya Karma, Pratipaksha Bhavana. If you have Punya Karma, use it for Antakarana Shuddhi, not use it for accumulating wealth and all that. Even if you accumulate wealth, do some dhanam so that your mind will become free of certain issues. So like that. This it helps us how to make use of this, whatever is in an obtaining situation, whatever be the reason. We live our lives as only Karta, Bhokta, identified with body, mind and all that. From there, it wants us to resurrect to our higher level of reality. For that, how to go about. That is what the whole the values and attitudes are meant for. Just to how to keep all those mental frailties at bay and keep the mind in a good shape, good preparedness, Antakarana Shuddhi, which is what I have told this stock. Chitta Shuddhi, Chitta Samadhanam, Chitta Naischalyam. See, all these things have to be by living and attitudes and values, only slowly you have to come out of what you are the current morass. What you call samsara means what? Keeps changing. So that is its reality. Samsaritvam is what that you have. You have identified yourself with samsara, so when it goes up, you also go up. Like the water, if it thinks I am the wave, it will always keep going up and down. If it knows that I am water, it can be like ocean.
Yes.
Unfortunately, it doesn't know. The same way for us also. If we know we are Atma, we will not have to be going up and down along with our mind and body and all that. Yes, and for that, if that identification is for getting out of that identification, only all these values, attitudes, Antakarana Shuddhi, Karma, Punya, Papam, the reaching out activity, growing beyond our mind, the Pratipaksha Bhavana, trying to become the bigger than our mind. Our small mind has to grow big. Our areas of concern have to include all people, all inclusive, rather than me, my family, I, me, my family. Instead, society, community, if you become bigger and bigger, your identification will become smaller with your Prakriti. So then then you will be able to Vasudhaiva Kudumbakam. All those things are meant for that. The idea is to grow from where we are to grow to become, because that is the reality. This is what you have assumed because of avidya lakshanayam. So we have to get out of avidya lakshanayam first by preparing the mind to get the vidya. For you to get the vidya, you must have the shraddha in the vidya. That's what I was telling the talk also. Shraddha comes only when you feel this is what I want to. Then automatically the shraddha will push you to live a better life, contributory life, and all your chitta suddhi, everything will become very meaningful in your life. Otherwise, okay, if I get karma, I will get punyam, I will go to bigger loka. Then when the punya comes down, it will come down again, it will start adiyapata, paradapata. It will go yo-yo. That is not, the idea of getting that punyam is to make use of it for antakarana shuddhi, chitta naishalyam, a trouble-free mind where you can look at your, contemplate your reality. What is the reality? What it is all about? Then it is easy. Because it's not rocket science to understand that my being is desha kala vastu aparichinnam. It is not all difficult because you are not going to measure anything. Immeasurable, what is not available for measurement, you don't have to measure. You have to just be. And right now, which I have always been telling, right now all of us can see that the being only is observing what is happening in my mind, body, everything. So the whole thing, samsara, you can observe. You don't have to become a samsari.
Swamiji,
So
in this context, like you said, punya, you use it for
antakarana shuddhi and chitta naishalyam. Very important.
So, suppose we go to a temple, we attend some homam like Rudra homam, all that. But generally, what we do, we just attend. When we come back, we forget about what. The temple itself. I'm saying, even if you see the
Ritualistic. Ritualistic means you have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You give me punyam. Pick one by one. I have gone 15 temples, 20 temples. So it's all calculation, punya calculation. Whereas if you do it, antakarana shuddhi, what will do when you go there, when you chant also, as I was telling in the temple also, when you go in, you will all the abhishekam, aradhana and all that, you will understand that all the glories of all the people are all belonging to Ishvara. We are doing all the arpanam, samarpanam, that, and I am the receiver of all these glories which I have done. Tandamana Sabkuch Tera, I have given it. And Bhagavan also has put all the glories onto the world in the form of this Pratima and Alankaram and Abhishekam. Now the Arati is going to be shown. My being and Ishvara's being are one. I am one with them, Ananya Bhakti. Like that you will do. This is the only purpose of going to temple for all doing any punya karma for that matter. If we do it time and again, the Ananya Bhakti will grow. The Ananya Bhakti will grow automatically. What is this Ananyata? Then automatically you will inquire, what is this Ananyata? The Ananyata is nothing but Desha Kala Vastu Aparichinam. That way, if you are already listening to satsang and all that, that will again, you will push you towards that. Yes, I must understand this. So both have to be complementary. The going to the temple, doing good karma should bring in the antakarana shuddhi and the naishalyam, and it should help you to pursue this understanding. So both have to be going to, I tell you, then the growth is so fast. You will find so nice. For attending any puja also, you will feel nice. Because you will go there, you will not be interested in the laukika part of it. You will just go there, you will use it as an opportunity to develop that Ananya Bhakti. So that is how the whole temple worship and everything has to be practiced that way. That is how we have to tell even the children and all that. And it's all there. Fortunately, it is all in our culture and all that. The Harati is a beautiful concept. And the Abhishekam, Alankaram and all that. So all the glories of the world are brought onto the Murti. And you are not looking at the Murti. The glory of even the slokas and all that. It says that you are everything. You are capable of taking care of all my issues, all my problems and all that. That means what? The superior power which is running all of us. The Surupa of that superior power is Ishvara, and if you really examine, it is basically it is a Chaitanya Surupam only. Limitless Shakti, limitless power, everything is limitless. Cannot be within time and space. If it has to be limitless, that means it is timeless, spaceless, formless, Means what? Only the being. And that is what you must be able to appreciate, that your being also is the same. Whereas your body, mind, senses, emotions, everything is all in time and space, causality. Whereas you, the being which is observing all this body, mind, is the same, timeless, spaceless. And the arati signifies the oneness between the two, because that is one. It is not a positive thinking or something. It is a reality brought to light. So that is how our worship should be. Our worship and our punya karyam should be used, channelized to bring in our higher values and attitudes and make us prepared mind. That is the purpose of our prayers. That is what I have told also. Prayer has got prayojanam. It doesn't have palam. Because prayer is done totally out of free will. If you get into trouble, you don't have to pray. You can do something else, but we pray. Why? Because we know that at the prayer we are not going to achieve. We are not going to get out of trouble. But prayer being form of 100% free will, it has got the immediate, that you pray is the prayojanam. So that has its own. The free will is expressed. That more and more you express your free will, you are surrendering your purusha to the prakriti. The more and more you express your actually purusha is nothing but free will. The more and more you live in free will, you are not surrendering your purusha to the prakriti. Then automatically you are not a samsari. Only when the purusha gets surrendered to prakriti, you are a samsari. Otherwise you watch whatever is happening in the prakriti, you do whatever is appropriate. You will not identify yourself. Good, bad or anything. So that is abhyasa. What we are doing now, going to the temple and all are abhyasa. And slowly it will improve your vairagya also. The viveka based vairagya. So, and then that will propel you to claim that reality. You don't have to do anything. It is a reality. You have to claim it. What is happening in the temple also is a reality only. But we are not, the sense we don't even look at it that way. We immediately look at your arati kaamikumbodhu எனக்கு வந்து அந்த பிரதிமா நல்லா அழகா தெரிஞ்சது, லைட் நல்லா தெரிஞ்சது. Again we are trying to physicalize. That is not the idea of arati. We know that is why in the old temples there won't be any light inside garbhagrihathila. Actually you should not see the pratima. You should see only the light. The light of consciousness, the oneness, is the only swarupa which you are supposed to see. That is why they will not put too much of light, focus light and all on that. Nowadays everything is being done, photo is more important. So we have lost a lot of things. Because we don't understand the significance, nobody explains also. So people say, why to go there all the way? I am getting the photo nicely. On TV I am able to see better than going there. Why are people going there? Because there is a lot of, you can't answer such questions unless you have the bhavana. You are trying to go there and participating in the puja, chanting, and abhishekam, and people, even poor people, with our வீட்டில் குடிக்கிறதுக்கு 2 லிட்டர் பால் இருக்காது. ஆனால் they will supply 10 liters. இதோ வாங்கி சின்ன ஏழை people also, because they want to surrender. But they don't know. Somehow they have faith. நம்மளோட கெப்பாசிட்டிக்கு மீறி நம்ம வாங்கி பகவானுக்கு அபிஷேகம் பண்ணா நம்ம தொல்லையெல்லாம் தீந்துரும். So that is how they think. Because the bhavana in terms of the surrendering is good. But okay, having surrendered, no, then you must say that having surrendered, you will take care, whatever comes, I will take it as prasada. You should not then measure it. Na 10 liter kudutene, ennoda problem solve agaliye. See, then you are trying to do vyapara. There is no particular Ishvara sitting there and taking care of your problems. It is all your bhavana only. It's all your bhavana that will improve your shraddha, that will uplift you from not identifying your Atma with Prakriti. That is how slowly you raise yourself up, elevate yourself, and that will, the Shastra says, it will definitely make you ask the question, what it is all about. And once that question is asked, once the scrutiny starts, it is in a jiffy you will get the answer. That is the Shraddha. Again, Shraddha, you have to pursue it that way. And that has to be explained. Lot of things have to be. So the religion has got a very important place. But only when it is converted into spirituality. Otherwise, it is all for the here and hereafter. Yaha mutra pala bhoga. It becomes a vyapara. Whereas it has to be converted into what is, you want to understand your reality here and now. That is spirituality. Otherwise it is, okay, that is why the Shastra itself acknowledges, not everyone is like that. That's why he is explaining here. Karma, Pana, Punya, Papa, and all that he is explaining, taking into account what we are today, what the whole society is today. That is why the karma, that's why I was telling that Srishti is only a prakriya. And my talks also have mentioned that. Srishti is only a prakriya. Reality is understanding.
Yes.
So that we must graduate, because common sense says human being is very much a person for understanding. Our faculties are made that way that unless we understand, we are not happy. That is why we say, tell the children also, don't keep on mugging. You try to understand. Otherwise, you will not be comfortable. Even though you may grow, get good marks, next class you will be blank. So, in a sense, learning is important, not learning, because we are basically a learning yoni. Our yoni, our Jantunam Narajanma Durlabham Tadi. Nara yoni is meant for learning. So when we align ourselves with that, then automatically our growth will be in the right direction. Yeah.
Okay.
I think we want to stop. We'll stop.
Yeah, we stop.
Yeah. So we have to start with where?
Kumar, we requested
Yes, sir.
Swamiji to
Last moment.
close the meeting today at
Okay,
3:30
Okay.
and start tomorrow at 3:30 and close at 5.
Okay. 5.
Because my
5.
daughter
Okay,
and
sir.
daughter, children and all that.
Okay, sir. Okay.
They're
It
reading.
was sudden. It was very sudden. We couldn't.
I could not log in immediately. There was a delay.
No issue.
Yeah, we'll get the recording.
Om
What is
Purnamadam.
where we stopped?
This association with the gunas, page 447.
We have to start with the root of this attachment to the gunas.
Which is sloka, sir?
21.
Okay. Attachment with.
Yeah, the root of this attachment.
Okay.
Is what we will start.
Root of this,
Okay.
So,
पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति 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 गुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम धन्यवादः स्वामी।